Hello, I'm Dava and I'm back to talk to you today to give you a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Middle East. I'm now on my fifth attempt of doing this. I think I deserve a smoke. The history itself is a very complicated thing and contains many details. Because it's the world in action, ongoing, ever ongoing I should say. Right. So where to start? Now I said a whole bunch of stuff in the other ones. I'm never going to remember that. But it's more about not everything is square. Not everything is as straightforward as good guys and bad guys. And maybe I'll blow your mind by the end of this. Now, Brexit's happened and there's a load of anti-Muslim or anti-Eastern Bloc sentiment. Eastern European sentiment. That's in England. Up here you're pretty much fine. You know, I mean you'll get the odd one or two, but it's just dafties. It's no the majority. Put it this way, one of our most beloved TV shows is still game, and one of the stars of that is Sanjeev Kauri. And Sanjeev Kauri is as Scottish as me. I've heard him, he's one of us. There, that's it. Now, load of crazy stuff going on in England, and I had a whole thing about this before, because I wanted to talk about sentiment as well and why this is built up in people's minds. And again, this isn't as straightforward as you would think. I'll tell a story about Scotland, right? So, around about 2000 in Scotland, there was a load of anti-Polish sentiment. And even my brother, he'd get caught up in this. There was so many Polish people coming in and taking the local jobs and whatever else. Then around about 2003, me and my brother sat and watched, I think it was on Channel 4, Bobsky the Builder. Well, it blew our minds. Here was this dude out doing an honest, hard day's graft and getting buttons for it. Well, this our English builder was sitting his backside scamming money. No. And my brother changed his opinion so much. My brother passed away a couple of years ago. But he had a friend for nearly 10 years that was fae Eastern Europe. That's how much he changed his opinion after watching that. After watching Bobsky the Builder. I used to tell him about the lad that came in. He'd been assigned 6 hours to do... Well, I better hurry up. He'd been assigned 6 hours to do my bathroom. He did it in 45 minutes. It's still stunning 10 years later. 2 of the local council lads were assigned a day to put up a shower curtain. They took that whole day. two of them in my bathroom, listening to football on the radio, smoking, chatting away to one another, away for their lunch, down to a pub, come back 2 hours later, and then listening on the radio again. To put up a daft wee shower curtain that should have took 10-20 minutes tops. Anyway, right, I've not even got to the thing, we're probably halfway through or something. About 150 years ago, the Americans and the English bought up huge swathes of land in the Middle East. Now, they were buying it for what was underneath it. The locals just thought not know it, that they were selling them deed land. No, it was all the oil that the Americans and the English wanted. Shortly after this, England is part of the empire, England's empire, right? Invaded Cairo. They didn't actually control all Egypt. They controlled tiny part of the north, and they included Cairo, and a decent chunk of the Suez Peninsula. This is Lawrence Arabia and all that jazz. Right, so by the 1900s, the whole thing had been a well-oiled machine, as it were, pardon the pun, and they'd been managed to get all this oil up, and they were making heavy money at it. And then Henry Ford, factory lines, I can't remember the word for that. The factory lines, the making of the automobile, and suddenly they're in need of fuel. They get they run it off a diesel or whatever. Or I was much more lateral in earlier attempts. Owning up to my faults. Oh, I forgot to do that. Right, aye. This is my Hitchhiker's Guide. Memory is what it is. This is for bits and pieces for the last 20 years, 30 years of watching documentaries, and quite a bit it comes for Michael Moore. But I don't know how much comes from Michael Moore, because imagination and memory are so closely related. Right, so that's my disclaimer. Right, that people are fallible, as you already knew. Right. Right, let's crack on. So, by now, all these locals for all these places in the Middle East are all getting the resentment's getting up. By the time Adolf Hitler in the 1930s, he started the Nazi Party and all this, right? Well, when he goes to war, the Arabs, there's so much resentment against the West that the Arabs actually join in now, and he was an Aryan supremacist. Right. So by the I better crack through. Right. So by the 1950s, the CIA put a puppet dictator in Iraq, just so they could get at their oil. Oh well, say their oil. Could get at Iraqi oil. Well, by 1970, Bush Senior was head of the CIA, and there was some sort of something going on with the guy that they already had in place. I don't know if it was the same guy for the 1950s, but what they did was they took Saddam Hussein and funded them a load of money, and then made him look like the people's rebel. So it looked like he wasn't getting controlled by the CIA, but he was getting all his money and whatever else for them. So by the 1980s, the Cold War had been going on for a while, but to everybody's surprise, Reagan and Gorbachev they actually became really good friends, and they thought they caused peace. They ended the Cold War, and everybody's like, wow, because nobody would have thought that was going to happen. Everybody thought it was just going to be like this forever. You know, with the one side threatening to bomb the other side. And they ended it. Well, by then Bush Senior was the Vice President. And he must have just about had a heart attack when he heard about that. Because imagine all the stuff he'd been doing in the Middle East, and all this Cold War distracting everybody for it. I'm tempted to talk about I can't even remember what it was called. Somebody said to me, they're like, oh aye, there was that thing that happened out there, and everybody was talking about it for about 2 years. I can't cry what it was. So he knew as soon as that happened, he had to run for president. He knew he was going to get it, because he knew. He'd entered the CIA. How's he not going to get in? It's no matter how people vote, because if you want to be president, you just get the electoral college to vote for you. That's it. Right, so one day Halliburton phones him up and goes like that, oh, hi George, he's a big nice juicy contract, and he's like, aye sure, come on, let's go golfing or something, do you know? Because for Halliburton it had all finished, the Cold War contracts had stopped, and now they wanted all that juicy public money. They couldn't get it with Reagan because he'd made peace. He was loved for making peace. But Bush Senior, he doesn't get a toffee fig. So then he goes to war with, it's like the school bully paying the weakest kid in the school to have a fight in front of everybody. So and I mean, in certain ways, Bush Senior would have been his mentor, would have been Saddam Hussein's mentor. Is that not crazy? Right, so I better crack on. There's loads of me to go. Right, so the Middle East War happened, right? And remember, I don't call a campaign a war, right? So it was 20 years long. And there was terrorist acts and whatever else. Oh, I never spoke about Jerusalem. I should have mentioned that. I believe that after what had happened with the war, the Second World War and everything, Jerusalem really should have went. I'm glad it went to the Jews. I mean, in many things, I think the Muslims have been treated unfairly. But in that one, I mean, Catholic Christians, Christians to some extent, who do regard Rome as our home, and the Muslims have Mecca. It's right that the Jews, especially after what they went through in the Second World War, should have Israel and Jerusalem. Right, now, going back to the thing. So, the Muslims are pretty raging. The Americans have been interfering with their politics now for going on 150 years. And they are blind raging, and this has been going on, and they've been doing terrorist acts now since the 70s, and this was all trying to get Americans out of the Middle East because they didn't want them there. And again, this goes to owning the land out there, and it's not a religious thing. Well, now it is because of the situations that have come up, because those generations don't, the more modern generations of Muslim, I don't know if they really understand that that's where it all came from. It wasn't like, just the West is evil or whatever. It's, they were nicking your land. Well, they did pay for it, but they never paid the proper tax for the resources that they gained. And I'm not talking about America, USA, United States of America, and England. Like, those are the major holders. So, right, let's try it. So 9/11 happened, and I was with my ex, and she was ex-army. And everybody there would, no, I'm kind of confused because I'm trying to rush this. Right, now, 9/11 happened, and then 10 years later, it was 2010, and Osama bin Laden was killed, right? And I was with my ex, it was 2010, 2011, I was with my ex who was ex-army, and they all wanted to celebrate that, America had beat this bad guy. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, fair enough. Right, you did terrorist acts. When is Bush Senior going to jail? But no, he's allowed to swan about and do whatever he wants. The dude is a war criminal. And nobody's ever going to say about him, well, I mean, he's in his 80s or whatever. He's had his time. Well, he's not really. Right? These days he can live to 100. And by the next 10 years he'll probably be living at 120. Whatever, right? He's too old to go to prison. And he had all that time. The EU wanted to arraign him. If he ever comes into an EU country, he'll get arraigned. Because he's nasty. Anyway. I missed loads of stuff too. The Arabs are just going, well, do you know what? And I don't mean all of them, because some of them don't know, right? But they just want the US out of their country and to stop interfering with, taking their land, taking their money. It's their money. It's for their people. It's the same thing as South America, which is another thing for another time. It's only Colombia is the only country who semi-likes the US, and that's because the pure amount of money that the US pours into Colombia. The rest of them are, all the South American countries are super resentful of the US and their behaviour, interfering, and that's why they vote for communist, socialist, European socialist. They vote all the left wing just to try and show the Americans that they don't want them interfering. Anyhow, I think I didn't cover the culture thing, but culture, how the English are seeing their culture get somewhat invaded with Muslim culture. I did a good piece on that too in one of the other videos. We're almost out of time. The English are isolationists. No, anyway. You're fine in Scotland, you're fine with me, you know. We need more lassies here, a lot more lassies of our population. Righto, take care.